Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vita Minaho. Welcome to our community where we share real talk, real advice, inspiring stories, and tips on how to live and thrive in the UK. Now here we believe our success is not just a visa stamp. We want you to try to succeed and to make informed decisions and be strategic about your success in the UK. Now in the last couple of weeks, right, there have been a lot of changes to the UK migration system. A lot of people have been talking about some of them, and sometimes, or in some of the interpretations, there are some miscommunications and exceptions that are not being noticed. So I decided to do this video so you can feel empowered, informed, and just ready to take that next step. So please grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea. Let's get into today's video. Now, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like this video, drop a comment to enable you to recommend our videos to more people and enable us grow as a new channel. Now, let's just get into today's video. Now, let's start with the most popular sector and the sector that appears to have received the most updates, which is the care sector in England. Now, on the 9th of April, I believe it's the 9th, on the 9th of April, government has now placed more restrictions on care providers in England. So from the 9th of April, they now have to prioritize recruiting from the pool in the UK before they can recruit from overseas. This means that for these employers or for aspiring immigrants outside the UK that want to come and work in the care sector in England, the providers have to show the government evidence that they have tried recruiting from the UK and they were not successful before they can recruit you. Now, part of what people don't remember when they talk about things like this is the fact that the UK is not just England, though. The UK is made up of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, and this rule is specific to the care providers in England. That means that for the rest of the UK, for those in Scotland, for those in Wales, is business and recruitment as usual or as normal for them. So if you're an aspiring immigrant or if you wanted to come to the UK to work in the care sector, you would have a better shot applying for jobs in these other countries than in England. So you've got to be, region specific, guys. Sometimes it's not one size fits all. There are, specific rules or specificities to different countries and different local governments. Some local government councils make, more preparation or more like relocation packages to enable them recruit people looking at their need, whereas some would not, do the same. So if you're planning to come to the UK, it is important that you are region specific. You research region specific rules in the UK and apply to the one that favors you, that gives you a better chance to succeed. That means that sometimes your success in the UK, you might not have, a great shot working in London or working in Manchester or Birmingham, all the all the popular places in England, but you might have a greater chance in Aberdeen or even in Cardiff. So guys, please go and check the other places and apply for jobs and just go on with your plans, carry on with your plans. Now the second update is the salary updates in the care sector as well. So the government has now increased the salary requirement in the sector for you to be sponsored in this sector to 25,000. And again, to me, this is not a problem because it is basically minimum wage. The minimum wage in the UK keeps changing. It was increased last year, it has been increased this year, and there are proposed changes in November this year again for it to be increased. So if you calculate the minimum wage that the UK has now put up, that employers have to meet up to, it is what this is. So to me, again, this is not a problem. Now let's move on to the next update, or the next sector that has had some updates in 2025. Now I want to talk about the next category, which is the skilled worker category. Now for a lot of people, for thousands of people in the UK, this is the one that everybody's on. Now the UK increased the salary requirement for you to be sponsored as a skilled worker in the industry to 38,700 starting from April 2025. Now for a lot of international students and for a lot of people, this set of alarms in their head, and there's just been a lot of cry and complaining about it I've seen online. but there are a few exceptions to this rule. If you're in the UK as an international student or you're under the age of 26, you are categorized as a new entrant into the market. Now, for those that are new entrants into the market, the government has given their recruiters discounts. They don't have to meet up to this salary, this 38,700 salary. They get discounts up to 30%, which would drastically reduce that 38,700 to 30,900 plus. They're about just under 31,000 pounds, which is a lot of difference. And you'll be able to get these jobs and you'll be able to just start working. What this means for you is that if you're in the UK as a student, please, this is the time for you to dig deep. This is the time for you to be strategic, for the time for you to plan. This is the time for you to take advantage of internships. It's time for you to take advantage of apprenticeships before you enter the job market, so that you can, get a job after studying in your course. Please look at the interview that we conducted with somebody who got a job with Baker Hughes. Who got a job with Baker Hughes while he was still studying, while he was still a student, and look at the tips that he shared with us and apply some of them. And you just might be the next person to be sharing your success story with us. Now, let's talk about another exception to this salary, 38,700 salary requirement. Now, if you're working in the education sector or in the health sector, nurses, paramedics, teachers, you are exempt again from this rule. You have to meet a different salary requirement, which most of the time is under 25,000 as a skilled worker, for you to get a skilled worker visa. The government has made these reductions to enable recruiters recruit people in these sectors, looking at the demand and the need in these sectors. So again, this doesn't affect you. Now, I want to talk about my favorite updates in 2025. Now, I don't know, a lot of people are not talking about this, but it's just so exciting and just provides massive opportunities. Now, in 2025, the government said goodbye to the shortage occupation list and brought in the immigration salary list to replace it. There have been as much as 200 new jobs added to this list for providers, for people that are now qualified to come to the UK to work in these areas or in this job with different job codes to get their visa and to come and work. One of them I was very surprised to see, and I was very happy to see, is now those in the content creation space now have an opportunity to come to the UK and be sponsored. So if you're a social media influencer, you're a content creator, if you're a DJ, in your country, you have the opportunity to come to the UK as a skilled worker visa, on a skilled worker visa with your family. Now, all of these, visas allow you to come with your family to the UK, come with your dependents to the UK and work and settle here. Now, other jobs also have been added. I will drop the link, for you to go check to see if the jobs that the job that you're doing is there. But jobs like roof tilers, those that are working in the energy sector, those that are working in AI, those that are working in the tech sector, those that are what we call back home, those that have handiwork, like those that are artists, that are artisans, they are now qualified to come to the UK as under the skilled worker visa. So yeah, that's massive update and really, really huge for a lot of people that are planning to come to the UK. Now let's talk about region-specific strategies. Now, like I said in the beginning part of this video, the UK is made up of 4 different countries, right? The UK is made up of England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. And sometimes for under immigration, is not always a one-size-fits-all for the entirety of the UK. So your opportunity, to come to the UK, or your best shot at coming to the UK might not lie in London, I'm sorry to say, might not lie in Manchester or Birmingham. It can be maybe in Aberdeen, maybe in Glasgow, it can be in Cardiff, it can be somewhere else in the UK. It might be in Wales, in a council in Wales for you to come to the UK. So please, when you are researching for jobs, when you're searching for jobs, please take advantage of these different regions that are more migration friendly, that need more immigrants. Some, councils are providing relocation packages, recruitment packages to enable their councils attract, foreign workers, because they realize the need for foreign workers in this area. And one of them, or a notable example, is the proposal from the Scottish government. The Scottish government is currently fighting for a community visa for targeting their communities that have lower population and those that have aging population as well. So this visa is supposed to attract foreign talent to come and work in those specific communities, move with their families, come pay tax and live there. And they are proposing for you to get permanent residency in as little as 4 years. Like I said, different areas have different priorities, and not everybody is against immigrants. Some people are looking for how to attract immigrants. So this is something that you have to be very strategic about. Look at the one of the updates or advice or tips, right? One of the tips we got from one of the interviews we did was the person that was talked about being intentional before coming to the UK. So he wanted to come to the UK and he knew he was working in the oil industry. He did not go to London. He specifically chose Aberdeen, knowing that Aberdeen is referred to as the oil capital of Europe, knew that a lot of the companies that he was working for in Nigeria have offices, affiliations in Aberdeen. So he came here to study and leveraged on community connections and networking to be able to get a job before he even graduated. So that is one thing that I want you to look at. So if you maybe want to work in the care industry, for example, which part of the UK is a better shot for you? Like I said, going to Wales or Northern Ireland might be better than you going to England. The atmosphere is different. The mentality about immigration and immigrants is also different, looking at the different countries in the UK. Not everybody feel that immigrants are the problem. Not everybody feel you're the problem coming to take all their jobs. You might still encounter that here and there, but not as much as you encounter it in some other areas. Now, one part I want to talk about is the global talent visa. Now, more than ever before, it's easy for you to get a global talent visa as a professional in different industries in the UK. I'm going to do a specific video with someone who got the global talent visa on this topic and be able to share with you more about it. Aside from the global talent visa, now that there are more opportunities for you now. Those that are working in AI in the tech industry, this is the new hot, the new hot route for you to come to the UK. The way a couple of years ago it was the care industry or the care sector. Now it is AI and it is tech. So if you're in that space, if you're working with green energy, you can come to the UK with more relaxed rules, less restrictions, and it's just easier for you to come to the UK, because now the UK is recognizing that they need people in these sectors or in this area for them to keep up with the trend. So yeah, I will also do a video specific to this to let you know how to take advantage of this opportunity, who exactly affects, where, how you can do application, how you can get sponsored, and what the sponsorship also means for you. What restrictions do you have, and how can you, just take advantage of this? That is one of the videos that we would be putting out, on our channel. So please, if you've gotten to this point and you have not subscribed or turned on post notifications, please do that. Also drop a comment for us. What updates were not mentioned in this video? What updates do you want to hear about? What do you want to know? What do you know that we do not know? Please. And if you have questions as well, please drop it in the comment section to enable, the more interactions we get, the more subscribers we get, the more YouTube recommends our video to more people. We are a new channel, we're a growing channel, and we are very passionate about reaching the migrant community in the UK. So thank you very much for watching this video to the very end. Have a good week. Bye bye.